ArcBlock is a new generation of the blockchain and a decentralized platform that is optimized specifically for decentralized apps. So what's new? What's different? Let's first look at some of today's most popular dApps, see how they were architected and deployed. Let's first look at the most successful dApps in Ethereum, the CryptoKitty, and learn how it was designed. I read this article, The Technical Challenge of Building Decentralized Applications by Howard Tam. He works for dApps Labs. So dApps Labs is the creator of CryptoKitty. So the right diagram is a diagram I took from the article itself. This shows a big picture of what CryptoKitty is built, right? Those key components of the CryptoKitty itself. As you can see, the blockchain and the smart contract part is just a little bit. Instead, we see all those typical components we can see from the usual web and mobile apps, such as web server, the message queue, the PubSub service, the database, etc., etc. Right? Now you see, even the CryptoKitty itself is some data lived on the Ethereum smart contract, the ERC 721. But the image of the CryptoKitty itself is actually stored on the IPFS. So IPFS is a decentralized storage system. And the most part of the software, code, and logic, they're actually typical web applications. That's to say, run our service like a CryptoKitty, Ethereum itself is just not enough. In fact, Ethereum is just a small part of the whole system. You need everything a traditional website or traditional mobile apps need. To keep this kind of service up and running, you will need a professional DevOps teams, and the running cost every month could be quite high. CryptoKitty decentralized part of the system with Ethereum and IPFS, but itself is still highly depend on the centralized web services. Let's take a quick look at another example, Uniswap. The core of the Uniswap are smart contracts on Ethereum. Other than the core, there's a user interface, which is a web app. The good things of the Uniswap's design is its user interface part is a pure web app. It does not require any server side. The only server side is actually the API for the Ethereum node. So the users can use a Uniswap web app from a web server or from an IPFS hosted website, or the user even can host their own. So actually, in one of our blocklet demo, we provide a Uniswap blocklet. You can one-click to run a Uniswap as a blocklet on any ABT node. Right? I think Uniswap leap forward a bit compared to CryptoKitty. It's more decentralized in nature by design. However, if you want to run a full service, like the official Uniswap does, Ethereum is still just a part of it. You still need quite a bit of web servers to host the user interface, especially for those features that, like analytics, more components is likely. You probably need database, web service, and many other more. As you can see from the previous examples, today's dApp architect is more like an improvement from traditional web or mobile apps. They usually add some blockchain features or shift some of the pieces to smart contract or store some of the data to the decentralized storage such as IPFS or Swarm. The important fact is blockchain like Ethereum cannot actually handle the full user experience. It's just one component in the whole architect. Developers and the service providers still need the traditional components such as the database, web server, some meter tiers for most of those apps. However, there is one significant difference from the traditional app, is the users now no longer need to register account. Usually, they just use the wallet. So look at the CryptoKitty, Uniswap, and then many more dApps today. You don't need to register user account just like the old school web application anymore. You don't need to register your email. You don't need to use your name and password. All you need to do is connect the wallet and log in, authorize from your wallet. That's a huge improvement. Now let's look at what dApps looks like with ArcBlock platform. This is a typical architect of a decentralized apps with ArcBlock. To run the dApp, all you need is ArcBlock itself. The dApps are blocklets. They run on the apt node, and it provides full user experience, include all the component, all the UI component that is necessary for the app. So the architect now become much simpler. For dApp developers, you no longer need to deal with the web servers, database, media tiers, blockchain node, API servers. Everything has been handled by apt node. All you need to do is focus on building the core features of your application itself. ArcBlock not only works for simple applications, it works well for complex ones too. If you have a big and complex idea, you can break it down into different pieces. Each of them can be built as a separate blocklet, and those blocklets work together to form the complete application. If your application is going to have a lot of users, the blocklets can be distributed among many apt nodes. Our architect is very flexible. You can use one apt node to run many blocklets. That is to say, you only need one apt node. You can host multiple different dApps just in that one node. Or you can use many apt nodes to run one kind of the blocklets. If your application needs a lot of CPU, a lot of storage, and have a lot of users. Those all depends on how you use them. All our ArcBlock service include our website, our mobile apps, and even this DevCon are all built as blocklet and running on apt node right now. So all the service ourselves are the showcase to show how ArcBlock platform is capable to provide the service. Technologies evolve over the time. The blockchain itself is not an exception. When we get started in year 2017, we have positioned ourselves to be a key player in the blockchain 3.0 era. Today, I'm so happy to see the blockchain 3.0 emerged with the Web 3.0, and the decentralized apps is now the focus. Our vision in year 2017 now becomes the reality. Feel familiar, right? Yes, our vision and high-level design since year 2017 has not been changed. To achieve our vision, we have done tremendous works. ArcBlock platform is built with several layers. Each layer handles its specific works and they work together as a whole. At the core is a common cryptographic frameworks, the decentralized identity, and the verifiable credentials. Decentralized identity is one of the most important foundations for ArcBlock platform. Every identity in ArcBlock are decentralized ID. No matter it's a user, a blocklet, an apt node, a blockchain account, a smart contract, a blocklet, anything, you name it, everything is DID. Blockchain technology plays a very important role here. We have Open Chain Access Protocol. It's a high-level application protocol to interact with different blockchains. We also have our own blockchain framework and an important blockchain network. We call it Asset Chain. It acts as central nervous system for the whole platform. It's also the billing and operation support system for everything. On top of them comes our infrastructure layers. Our key concept is a blocklet. There are software components that technically developers can use them to build anything. The apt node is a runtime environment of the blocklets. It's one of the most important pieces of our block. The end users will be able to enjoy the decentralized apps and have a great user experience. We also created DID Wallet, a consumer-facing mobile key management system, and the digital identity, digital asset wallet app. ArcBlock platform takes decentralized apps to the next level by combining the blockchain, smart contract, and the decentralized identity together. It allows users to have self-sovereign identity, self-sovereign data, and self-sovereign computing. Developer is everything for a new platform, no matter how advanced it is. Our strategy makes us always put our developer at the priority. We choose to use Node.js as our major development language and the framework. That's to say, you can use the world's most popular language and your favorite framework to develop the whole new decentralized apps. ArcBlock platform itself is also majorly developed with Node.js. So that's to say, Node and JavaScript, they are native language for ArcBlock. You can not only use them to create the app logic, create the UI and front end, you can actually use them for the blockchain and for the smart contract. Imagine how delightful you can just use one kind of language to develop from the backend to the front end, from the smart contract to the user's interface, all with the same language and the same interface. That makes developers' life easier. For the front-end development, ArcBlock works for almost all kinds of popular web framework. You can just pick your favorite framework libraries. They just work perfectly as a blocklet on ArcBlock. This is a very important strategy when we build ArcBlock. We always put the developer experience as a top priority. Of course, ArcBlock also supports the mobile application perfectly. You can develop your iPhone, Android apps in the most convenient way you like. ArcBlock is an open platform and works well with other services. For example, if you want to have distributed storage on IPFS, there is an IPFS blocklet you can very easily to use in your app. Similarly, ArcBlock also works well with other blockchains, such as Ethereum. You can easily create your application with a smart contract on Ethereum and everything else on ArcBlock. Our architecture is open, so you can almost integrate any third-party service very easily. Our Open Chain Access Protocol is specifically optimized for the application that need to use the blockchain technology. We have native blockchain support that comes out of the box with ArcBlock's ABT network. The features we provide should fit 99% of the case you need from a blockchain. Moreover, we integrate well with Ethereum and can be extended to support any kind of other blockchain network. You might ask, where do I run those services? I'll address this in detail in the later part of the presentation, but you should know our ArcBlock platform is cloud native. Not only you can run apt node on your own server, as well as all those kind of popular cloud services such as Amazon Web Service, AWS, or Windows Azure. We also have amazing container support. You can easily run it on Docker or Kubernetes infrastructures. We understand it's critically important for developers to have great development tools and environment supported. For example, we work very well with Visual Studio Code. This is one of the most popular developers' favorite IDE. We also support the online web environment, such as Gitpod or GitHub Codespace. That is to say, you can instantly get a cloud development environment from anywhere at any time without install any dependencies. You can also integrate the automatic deployment, automatic build, or continuous integrations with GitHub Actions. Or you can send a notification with the Slack hooks. So basically, we think a lot about how to make the developer's life easier, how to adopt the favorite IDE, favorite environment they already get used to. In the past few years, we worked closely with standard organizations to ensure we contribute and follow the latest industry standard, not reinvent the wheels, and ensure the interoperability with partners.